I'm perfectly honest. I really haven't followed. I haven't watched any of Stormy Daniels' interviews in full. The biggest interesting sort of data point for me in this whole Stormy Daniels thing is obviously new Ivanka material. But I've always held out, two things. I mean, one is that, yeah, it's pretty funny. And two, there is I think very small, and people are still maybe overly excited about this, but there is like an Al Capone scenario here where this is the relatively marginal thing that nets Trump. Now, I would say the chances of that are like infinitesimal, but it is a real thing, and it is happening. Rudy Giuliani has emerged from his crypt, and he was on last night with Sean Hannity, and he is not helping.
Having something to do with paying some Stormy Daniels woman $130,000, I mean, which is going to turn out to be perfectly legal. That money was not campaign money. Sorry, I'm giving you a fact now that you don't know. It's not campaign money. No campaign finance violation. So
they funneled it through the law firm.
Funneled through the law firm, and the president repaid it.
Oh, I didn't know he did. Yeah. There's no campaign finance law.
Zero.
So the president,
just like Sean.
So this decision was made by
everybody. Everybody was nervous about this from the very beginning. I wasn't. I knew how much money Donald Trump put into that campaign. I said 130,000. He's going to do a couple of checks for 130,000. When I heard Cohen's retainer of 35,000, when he was doing no work for the president, I said, but that's how he's repaying. That's how he's repaying it, with a little profit and a little margin for paying taxes for Michael.
But do you know the president didn't know about this? I believe that's what
he didn't
Michael
know about
said.
the specifics of it, as far as I know. But he did know about the general arrangement that Michael would take care of things like this, like I take care of things like this for my clients.
Well, I believe the last part. I'm sure that all of these people have taken care of a lot of things for their clients. Working it backwards, it's very funny to see Sean Hannity, who is a foreclosure profiteer and very successful media propagandist, but has a very, 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 very limited intellectual bandwidth, and getting confronted with new information, which even he can kind of see, like, you say it's totally kosher, but it doesn't sound kosher because it contradicts every single thing that Michael Cohen and Donald Trump have said about this, including Donald Trump a couple of months ago on Air Force One saying he knew nothing about it and he didn't do it and there was no money from him, and you'd have to ask Michael Cohen. And that was where Giuliani was like, hey, well, I mean, first of all, as I think it was Brendan pointed out, paid in installments, which is interesting move for a self-proclaimed billionaire. And he just might not have known the specific details of a porn star getting paid off.
But he is turning over the tables in the swamp.
I mean, and also so basically, I mean, I could see, I guess the legal angle they'll pursue is that there was no contribution. This is a private matter. This isn't campaign money. I mean, it's obvious the case they're setting up here. But, I mean, you could just, I think Michael Aventi or whoever that guy is who represents Stormy Daniels is like, well, no, in reality, this is a campaign contribution. Literally, like, this contribution from Michael Cohen to pay off Stormy Daniels benefits Donald Trump's campaign. And then, in Giuliani's words, he funneled money back to him, which is a great word choice. If I ever have a consigliere on national television saying that I didn't commit financial wrongdoing, I definitely want them to use the phrase funneled money through, because that really zeroes in on the fact that there obviously was no financial misdeeds here.
Dude, funneling rules.
Funneling does a rule. I agree with that. But I don't know if it's the word choice that you want from your attorney who's saying that you didn't do anything on national television. Even Sean Hannity was able to grasp that.
It's a good gig if you're Michael Cohen, right? You just sit on your ass and write checks to porn stars and then get paid back a small profit over time.
I mean, I think that would be the best explanation of understanding the type of law that Michael Cohen could possibly practice if you ever seen him do a television interview.
It's classic law school stuff.
Classic Michael Cohen.
I think the most surprising thing in all this is that he actually got paid back.
I am shocked. Trump should come out and be like, by the way, everybody says I don't honor my contracts. I don't pay people back. Well, guess what? We even put in tax money. That's how above the board we were with this money funneling arrangement. What's this? Michael.
There's a Rolling Stone article that going into some of Michael Cohen's former associates.
Okay, so this is another Michael Cohen example of Michael Cohen's legal work. Michael Cohen represented guys who took turns renting U-Hauls and after obtaining insurance coverage, plowed them into vehicles occupied by friends in order to file bogus injury claims. This is like
This is a Ralph Cifaretto plot line.
Except it would be like it's like a Ralph Cifaretto plot line that Tony put an end to, and now they're having a summit who is the guy who smokes all the time's house? Oh, I forget the guy's name, but like, all right. You need to meet with Ralph, Tone, and we're going to figure this out. He's having fucking U-Haul trucks plowing the people in the middle of fucking Teaneck. And he still isn't earning right. That guy's a fucking problem. Tone, it was his idea. You know that Ralph's very creative.
He's our best earner.
He's our best earner. He's a fucking moron.
There's some more here if you want to read this part.
Okay, is that literally a name? Pizza Grillo?
Isn't Grillo?
Pizza Grillo.
But later down here,
McFarland. Oh, not the part that's highlighted.
That name is a microaggression.
Wait, they're basically being crash test dummies in each collision, Jackson says. The U-Haul ring submitted more than $350,000 in fraudulent personal injury claims before they were caught. Both Pizza Grillo and McFarland pleaded guilty to third-degree insurance fraud, and Cohen's lawsuit was withdrawn. Pizza Grillo did not respond to a message seeking comment. You know, and this is the other amazing thing is that also Michael Cohen's, I don't know if it's his former father-in-law or still father-in-law, was also involved in like some type of like taxi cab crimes or something. Michael Cohen, I said this before in relation to the Felix Seder speculation. It is shocking when you look at this guy's career and the amount of like criminal things he's been intimately entwined with, and the fact that he hasn't ever faced charges makes me speculate as to some other possible things that Michael Cohen might be doing in terms of certain types of people he might be talking to and giving information to, as an example.
Not following you.
I don't get it. I totally. You know, what's funny is it's like this. In some ways, this is the perfect distillation. Like, for the Bushes or the Obama or the Clinton administration, you'll say like, oh well, you know, this attorney or Jim Baker was like in bed with the Saudis for everything, or Eric Holder represented predatory Wall Street firms. And the distinction with Trump is it's like he's trying to work his way up there, but he got to start with the U-Haul guys.
Imagine crashing a U-Haul into your buddy's like SUV and be like, this is going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to T-bone you this time.
Yeah, I think, yeah, right, exactly. And she's like, you're just like, and then you like visit him in the hospital. You're like, living the dream.
They're wearing like football uniforms in the car.
It's like, oh,
neck brace on for the rest of the season.
I don't want to be. Why do I always have to be the one that gets crashed into? It's bullshit. They're out of fucking control.
That's how you know who your friends are.
Yeah, that's exactly how you know your
Would you
friends
trust
are.
them to crash a U-Haul into you?